പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട കുട്ടികളെ, വായനയിൽ പിന്നോക്കം നിൽക്കുന്ന 8ാം ക്ലാസ്സിലെ കുട്ടികൾക്ക് വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ് ഈ ഒരു ഓഡിയോ ക്ലിപ്പ് ഇവിടെ സമർപ്പിക്കുന്നത്. ആദ്യമായി 8ാം ക്ലാസ്സിലെ ദ മിസ്റ്റീരിയസ് പിക്ചർ എന്ന പാഠത്തിൻ്റെ വായനയാണ്. ഈ ഓഡിയോ ക്ലിപ്പ് കേട്ടുകൊണ്ട് വായിക്കാൻ പിന്നോക്കം നിൽക്കുന്ന കുട്ടികൾക്ക് വായിക്കാൻ ശ്രമിക്കാവുന്നതാണ്. The mysterious picture. Till, in the course of his wanderings from court to court, rode to the palace of the Archduke of Battenberg on his donkey. His clothes and appearance attracted everyone's attention. His cap was set smartly on his head, and the 3 bright feathers on it danced in the breeze as he rode. At the main entrance to the palace, the captain of the guards called out to him, "Hey there, you fellow on the donkey! We don't allow any loafers here. You and your donkey already look like skeletons." The captain of the guards was a tall, well-built, red-haired man of about 25. He was handsomely dressed in his gold-braided uniform. Till looked at him coolly and then dismounted from his donkey. He bowed low and said, "May God bless you, sir, Captain. If I look like a skeleton, it is not my fault. I am very hungry. I have come here because I am forced to. If you will be so good as to give me a piece of the gold cord that you wear on your coat, I'll go and hang myself by the teeth on that large leg of mutton that I see hanging in that butcher's shop." The captain was playing a game of chess with another officer. He looked curiously at Till. "Where do you come from?" he asked. "From Flanders," replied Till. "What do you want?" "I should like to show His Highness the Archduke one of my paintings. I am a painter." "Well, if you are a painter and if you come from Flanders, you may come in," said the captain, somewhat impressed. The captain knew that Flemish painters and their pictures were in great demand all over Europe. Till was presented to the Archduke. He saluted the Archduke 3 times and stood before him with his head bowed. "May your Highness pardon me for my rashness in thinking that one of my paintings will please you, Highness. I have brought a picture of Our Lady, the Virgin, in her royal robes. I have painted it specially so that I might lay it at your noble feet." Till paused a few moments for his words to sink in. Then he continued, "You must forgive me, your Highness, if I have dared to hope that this picture will please you. Perhaps your Highness might wish to offer me the chair of your court painter who died recently. I can see the empty velvet chair waiting to be filled." The Virgin's picture was a splendid painting, and the Archduke made up his mind at once. He embraced and kissed him on both cheeks. He said, "I shall be delighted to make you my court painter." He directed him to the chair and made him sit on it. "Well, my dear fellow," he said, "you do have a tongue in your head, and you certainly seem to know how to use it. You are a very talkative fellow, aren't you?" "Your Highness, may it please you to remember me and my donkey Jeff for just one more minute?" Till replied. My donkey has been feeding himself fairly well all along the way on the thorns in the hedges and the grass on the roadside. But I have had nothing to eat for the past 3 days. My stomach has been complaining very loudly. Perhaps your Highness can even hear it now. I have been feeding myself with dreams of good food and drink at your royal table. The Archduke smiled and said, Well, my dear fellow, you will certainly have something more solid than dreams to feed on. But where is your donkey? I left him outside opposite the palace. I shall be most grateful if Jeffis looked after. He needs a little fodder and lodging at night, said Till. The Archduke immediately ordered the donkey to be taken care of, and he added, Treat it like one of my own animals. Before long, supper was served, and it was like a wedding feast. The tables were loaded with every kind of food and drink. Wine flowed like water. The courtiers stuffed themselves with the choicest dishes. The Archduke made Till eat and drink until his stomach was about to burst out. The Archduke too ate heartily. His face was flushed with drink, but he seemed lost in thought. He suddenly looked up and said loudly, Our court painter must paint our portrait so that we will have the satisfaction of leaving our memory to our descendants. We too have to take our place in history along with our noble ancestors whose portraits adorn these walls. It is sad to think of death. We do not know when God will think fit to summon us, but our portrait should be painted. Till quickly replied, Your Lordship's slightest wish is to me command. All the same, I do feel rather unhappy about painting your Lordship all by yourself. Is it not terrible to think of your Lordship being lonely forever and ever? Don't you think, ladies and gentlemen, that His Highness should be accompanied at least by Her Highness, her ladies, the noble generals and captains who adorn this court? A court like this has few rivals in splendor, loveliness, and chivalry. In the midst of such valor and beauty, I will make my lord and lady shine forth like the moon surrounded by lanterns. The Archduke thought that it was a good idea. Well, my friend, your painting will be a great piece of art. What reward do you expect for it? 100 pieces of gold. You can pay me now or later just as you please. Here are the 100 pieces of gold in advance, said the Archduke, giving him the gold. My lord, you are the most generous of masters. You have filled my lamp with oil. It will forever burn in your honor.